So what about the who have started dealing with the Craigslist, putting out ads and stuff on Craigslist? Okay, we know you've seen them.
He's a Craigslist kid. He loved that Craigslist. Well, okay. Well, marketing is we're gonna get our IDX feed. So Johnny just put in the paperwork for MRIS. As soon as we get our IDX feed, then I'm turning off that.
I don't know what IDX feed is. Yeah. But you emphasize it so much.
It pulls the listing and stuff from there, but that's right.
Yeah.
Buyers access to that, like portal.
So if you look at servingdcmaryland.com, it's got the little box there. You can search. You can click in buoy, put in 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom, whatever. Then it goes and it searches that criteria in the system. So that's pretty much the IDX feed. It's like a widget, right? So we're gonna get our own widget, our own IDX feed, and then we're gonna plug that into our own system, but we'll have a little more control over it. Whereas right now the IDX feed we're using is through Market Leader. So that's one of the reasons why it's in place. But if we're not getting the results from it, it's got to go.
It's moreover, even if you only had your own personal websites and whatnot, because you remember MRS, you have your own IDX feed for sale and whatnot. So I'm saying even if you have your own website, you need an actual website developer. How do I get my IDX feed into it? Then you got to contact MRS, and MRS will send you a little code or whatever, which you send to the developer, and they can plug that in. So if people go on your personal website, they can actually go in and search for homes and whatnot. You know, that's the whole purpose behind it. Now me, the feed is good and whatnot, but just like you said earlier when the guy said when people go to the internet searching for stuff or whatever, people are window shopping. I don't like window shopping. I don't like window shopping for myself. So to me, you want to have these people narrow down to what exactly they're looking for and give them what they're looking for and see, because again, going back to what we always talk about, being in control. If you let someone else come in and control the conversation and whatnot, they win. They win. And again, you're either being sold or you're selling. So if you go out and give people your IDX feed, well, they can search all of it in there. They can sit there for hours on hours and years on years and whatnot, just window shopping. You know, and you never get a feedback. That's why people don't want to get them. They don't want to be bothered. Don't be bothered. So you gotta find criteria to say, okay, how can we break this down for you? So I'll give you what you need. I'll help you get there a little bit fast. Because people are lazy too. People are lazy too. I mean, they got time on their hand and they'll filter around, go to the club, come back, do it, eat whatever, they come back and do it or something. But you gotta say, are you serious or whatnot? Then let me break this down for you a little bit. And then from that point, again, like I was telling y'all before, once you reach out and get some type of feedback, if you get an email address, then we need to try to put that in Infusionsoft. So the drip campaign can start from Infusionsoft. But we can start getting them updated information and whatnot, and it still be linked to your name. So now you ain't got to do anything else. Once you get an email address or whatever, turn it over.
You guys have autoresponders already?
Yeah, it's inside our program, Infusionsoft or whatnot. And so that'll keep them alerted to they're ready to buy. They're ready to buy whatnot. Because again, you don't, if no one want to give you a phone number, 9 times out of 10 they don't want to be bothered. They don't be bothered. Anybody serious will give you their number if they're serious about buying a house or whatnot. But again, you try to break them down to a point of saying, what exactly are you looking for? You know, because sometimes people don't know, again, they're lazy, they don't know what they're looking for, they don't know what, and when you give them so much, they overwhelm. So even if they want to buy something, their mind is out everywhere. Wow, that looks better than this one. Wow, you know, that's ooh, wow. I mean, they're everywhere. Ooh, it's like a kid in the candy store. So you got to control and say, okay, you're looking for Bloomingdale's, I'm going to take you to Bloomingdale's, whatever these stores, I don't shop. You know, Walmart, whatever you're looking for, I'm going to take you directly to Walmart. We ain't going no place else but Walmart. You a Walmart shop, I'm going to take you to Walmart because that's what you told me you want. Now, if you lied to me or whatever, then you're wasting my time and yours. So try to get them to break down exactly what they're looking for and feed them what they're asking for. So they say, I can't be fair to them, I'm stuck. And that's where contract their hand and whatnot. And again, like I said, we are going to go through the class, and we were going to do the Craigslist stuff today and whatnot, but we were putting off this paperwork for so long. I said we had to do the paperwork today, so that's why we didn't get into another training. I want to make sure the paperwork is done, signed, and because we also will have our meeting with everybody today to make sure everything is solidified as well. But we will be doing that Craigslist stuff on how to rope people in through Craigslist, because like I said, I'm cheap. Anytime we can do some free advertisement, that's what I'm about. But I've been very successful dealing with Craigslist. You know.
I definitely want to do that.
You know.
So when are you going to do the training next week?
We'll do it next week because it's going to be the day or whatnot. But again, we got to do the paperwork. We gotta do the paperwork. So I gotta know who's seriously on board. And, you know, if I don't have a record on you in my system, then I can't waste my time, you know, being dedicated to someone that's not dedicated for themselves first. So we need some commitment.
We tighten up, baby. Either you in or you out. That's the bottom line, right? So, and listen, I was watching the show last night about this real, you know, that comes on those A&E channels, those buyers that deal with these agents, and these agents take out these buyers and stuff.
Oh yeah, like property.
So the lady did a pretty good trick. She found out what their price range was, $350. They wanted it to be a 3-bedroom or whatever the case is. So she looked up 4 homes, and she showed them like an ugly one, but it was within the price range. It had everything they wanted, but it was kind of outdated. Then she took them to one that was just a little bit better, and then but it still needed something. Then she took them to the third one, which was totally done up, and nothing had to be done, but the price was a little bit higher, right? So then they had a chance to kind of look at the somewhat livable but needed work, and then someone a little bit better but still needed work, and someone that didn't need work. But there was a little bit of a price difference. And so she was saying that, you know, you don't want to show them the best one first.
Right.
You want to show that the last, so that's just a trick on the last, right?
Well, and that works both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind showing them to the best one first, whatnot, because that's my gas and time. I'm gonna be running around. Then if you got issues, if I give you everything you want, when you tell me what you want, I'm gonna take it to give you what you want. And like I told you in the beginning, my strategy is we're gonna work out. I'm only gonna show you three at a time. Then we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
So I seen your 3. We pick them out. We break them down and whatever. I'm gonna show you the best one first. And because again, if this is what you're asking for, whatever, and if I heard you correctly, then I'm critiquing my search of my time towards what you're telling me you want. So when I take you there, and now we're gonna get an understanding, because we're gonna most of our time gonna be spending that first one and say, okay, this is what you want, this is what you asked for. I'm gonna point out everything, go down to all this. That's what you told me in my bias counsel session. Blah blah blah. That's this. That's this. That's this. That's this. That's this. Okay, now what's the problem? What's the problem? Are you serious, or you want to move on? What are you trying to do? Then if they have an issue, whatever, then I might take them down to the other one by my other 2 topics. Basically, I'm just showing you, okay, this is somewhat what you want, but it's going down to a lesser degree now. So by the time we're done with that third property, whatever, then we back at the table, whatever. And then this, you know, come back and get an understanding of what just happened. So I gave you everything you asked me for, you know, and one that's already done, or you want to put some money into it, because I'm gonna say I can say that the one that needs the most work too. So I'm gonna say you on all 3, but the first one I'm gonna give you what you told me you asked for. And then we get an understanding on what just transpired as far as what we just saw and whatnot. Now we go back to the table and say, okay, if none of these interest you or whatever, then maybe we need to sit back down and get a better understanding, because maybe I'm not hearing you, you're not hearing me.
Right.
And then again, my next thing, I'm taking out 3 more properties. And the same thing happens the third time, you're fired.
Right.
You wasting my time and yours. Because somewhere there's a broken line of communication, whatever, and you understand, from a real estate agent standpoint, time is so valuable.
Exactly.
It's so valuable, because I can show somebody else some houses and whatnot, opposed to wasting my time with you. Whatnot. So you need to let people know in the beginning, my time is very valuable. So let's get down, and we need to get to the point too, like I said, during a bias counseling session, what I call it. You know, for the first 45 minutes when someone meets you and they're doing their bias agency agreement and whatnot, you need to get a session on, make sure they understand what it is to purchase a house. The whole breakdown, like you're doing a seminar with it for about at least 45 minutes, what's the process of buying a house? Are you really prepared? So when we go out this door today and see that house or whatnot, are you prepared to write a contract? So when they leave that table, I want them to feel like, today you buying, you sign a contract today. So let's make sure all your questions, your concerns, your hang-ups are answered before we even start going out. Because I'm going to get you a house today. Come on, let's go. I mean, you're going to be hyped up that somebody's buying a house. You sign a contract or whatnot. So again, if they don't do in that 3rd to the 6th time, whatever, okay, go find somebody else. I ain't got time. And most of my people, they'll come back because this brother ain't playing. But that's you taking control. You got to be in control. If you let somebody else dominate your time, they'll take advantage. They'll pimp you out all day long. All day long. So many agents are going back working a full-time job right now because they got pimped out.
And that goes same for the renters. Qualify your renters before you take them out. I mean, a lot of these guys, you know, you tell them you got a security deposit, you got a first month rent, and they don't have $3,000, $4,000 to get into a deal. So qualify these people before you drive them around.
Make sure they show it to you.
Yeah.
You can tell them, I'm gonna need this information. I mean, you know, it's gonna cost me $20 to get in my car to put gas in the car, whatever. Do you have your money in the bank account to put down this security deposit, this first month rent, and the application fee or whatnot? If you don't have that, then come back when you're ready.
Right.
When you're ready, this ain't window shopping time. It's costing me money and time to ride you around. So, I'm sorry. I gotta be.
It's not getting any cheaper.
It's not getting any cheaper. So you got to, as an agent, you got to be in control. You got to be in control. You got to be in control. I don't care. That's why I don't overtalk many people, because I learned to control my client. I don't care what you got to say. Once you tell me what all you want to need, then I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to do. And then it's my time to talk now. Once your time is assigned, a piece of paper. Period. And then we rejoice at the end of the day. So you got to be in control throughout the whole process and whatnot, because like I told you before, you go to the doctor, you don't tell the doctor, hey, give me some Motrin and give me this and give me, doctor, I got a pain right here, what are you going to do? Well, let me look at this, blah, 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 here's your prescription. But doc, I had this before, okay, you had it, but maybe we'll try something a little different. Now you get a little input, but it's his or her say at the end of the day, and you're going to pay them for that. So the same thing. And you don't tell a doctor how to do his job, nobody should tell you how to do your job. Nobody.
Looking at this, I do see a change. You were asking about some changes in the compensation plan. I think what I see obviously here is the changes on the requirements for promotions. I've never seen it. I didn't remember seeing it where it said, because I was looking at my next promotion. The first promotion is the sales director, and the next promotion for me is the senior sales director. And it said 5-team close size or 37,500 GCI. I don't remember it saying or.
Right.
It was the 5 on there, because I've always said I got to get my 5. I was straight on getting my 5 on there. But that's just saying if I'm slack and say I had the 4 and I didn't get the 5th, me doing that, but they said we should be in here doing 80% personal production and 20% recruiting. On that, if I'm doing a little bit more production on myself, I still not penalized because I don't have that 5th person or whatever. So I like that. If that was a change that they made, which I maybe was just one on there, but this is one that I see that I like.
All of them are like,
so if you are doing more, production on your own,
it's not dependent on the file.
It's not dependent, right? Your recruiting is a little slower. That type of stuff, you can still get,
And see, that's one of the beauties of the next stage or whatever. Ever since I've been here, they always go up. When other companies are going down, they're always trying to show more bones, more benefit to you and whatnot.
Yeah, I like that.
Some people might come and say, I'm making 100% over here and whatnot, but you don't weigh the options, you don't weigh the long-term effect. And if you're a business person and whatnot, you got to be thinking about, to me, I'm thinking about my grandkids who were never been born. I hope I don't get no grandkids no time soon. But at the end of the day, you got to think like I'm in business for my great-great-grandkids and whatnot. So the things I put in place today is for them at the end of the day. So what can I do now to set myself apart that I'm going to make money whether I'm working hard or not? I'm working smarter, not harder. And that's the mindset you go into when you did it, because you are a business owner. You are a business owner. You're here to make money today and tomorrow and so forth and so on and whatnot. The most successful real estate agents are able, when they get ready to retire, they're able to sell the business they had. That's when you're successful as being an agent, when you can sell the business that you have. But people don't think that way anymore. Everybody trying to be so self-gratification, expeditiously get something today or whatever. I get my $1,000 a day, then I'm going to be broke in 5 days. Then I start thinking about how do I need to start advertising again. $1,000, $1 million don't last but so long. So you got to be thinking, okay, I got my $1,000. Let me pack some away and then go ahead and start doing my next phase or whatnot. The monkey the show don't stop. You celebrate, get your drink, and get back out there and knock some more out, man.
Can I get a cigar?
They might have did that for 100%. They said it's going to do something to try to keep it.
So it actually came up to 105. 105% for the people that's really rolling and moving and shaking.
Have you guys can't talk to anybody about some home improvement work, any construction projects that you guys know of that's coming up?
See, what I try to do, another thing that I personally do, and you do your own thing and whatnot, when someone starts talking to me about something that they need in my network and whatnot, I get them on the phone. I hand them over to them. They need to see it or whatnot. I'm calling them, well, I got you there. Hey, Sid, I got something on the phone. They need whatever. They're going to touch bases. That's one, again, you take control. Because you let people out or whatever, again, people lazy, they run around and do what they want to do. You got to take control of whatever. I call them, hey, you need somebody? Hey, Sid, I got somebody on the line. And Sid know me or anybody know me. Well, when I call you, I'm not, hey, man, how you doing today?
Right.
You hanging out, you going to the club, what you doing, or what? It ain't gonna be that type of call.
Right.
It ain't gonna be that. So when I call, you know I'm calling for a reason. So people gonna be delighted to pick up my phone. Johnny calling for some money. He ain't calling to be, hey man, you gonna pay me later. No, I'm calling you for some money. Whether I get paid or not, I'm calling you. So one day you be calling me, but hey John, I can share some money with you, whatnot. And this person on the game say, man, you got these people in here, and they pick up the phone when you call, because then it makes you look good opposed to calling somebody that's a busy sitting or you don't get a return call. It makes you see, I can call anybody. They pick up the phone.
Right.
Wow. So that's how you handle your network. Knowing you calling them for money, whether they gonna answer the phone, and it makes you look good in front of the person. So I can call anybody, they gonna answer the phone, and I hand them off to you, and it's a connection right there.
I have a question. Agent accountability agreement. Team leader signature. For me, would that be Angela? Since she recruited me, right? Okay.
Move it on now.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions or concerns, issues, recommendations?
We need a file cabinet and some mailbox.
Yeah, we had talked
Like
about
those
that.
hanging
thing.
bins.
Didn't mention that.
Tell her.
I told her yesterday.
Okay.
When we were in the office, we were just discussing it, would make it easier that if I have a deal, John could be here, whatever, and I'm gonna put it.
In his box.
Mhm.
Yeah, we get that. We can get this from CVS or
Staples. Office Depot.
Also, hopefully MRS should have everything transferred over. Give them a call once we do the meeting and whatnot.
Okay.
And so any listings or anything you have out there, whatever, I have the sheets on my desk. You go ahead and fill it out, fill the stuff out, and then I'll sign it and I'll fax it over to them or whatnot. When everything is passed over, whatever. So anybody got anything out on MRS right now, make sure you see me so I can get the sheets to fill
So
out.
we just have to transfer over our listings in MRS.
Anything except sold.
Anything except sold.
Yeah, anything except sold.
So
you can
even
transfer
things
over.
we're on the buyer's end.
Okay, well, I need some, I'm supposed to hopefully, prayerfully go to something on the 26th.
Don't forget the journal addendum, the journal addendum you had yesterday.
Yeah.
And Gladys, you sent that out to everybody?
You never gave back, you were supposed to.
I say, put it in the OneDrive.
Oh,
I,
okay.
The journal addendum, you wanna make sure you talk about the journal addendum. But go to settlement,
I didn't even
making
know
sure
what
the
he
name
did
is
yet.
right,
When did that thing came out? A long time ago.
the title
I know
company's
you
name,
gave
the
it
time,
back to me.
and the checks are being coming here and stuff like that.
So what now?
This is.
Make sure that all,
I know
bless you.
Bless you.
Make sure all your, you have an addendum if you, either before or then, I think we talked about this before or whatnot, but
Yeah.
make sure you have your addendum stating that you're, that everybody signs saying that you're over at next stage first instead of next stage select. At the closing table so you can present it to the title company.
Yeah. And this is just something that I put together for one of my closes that are coming up in May. And had the buyers and the sellers sign it, just saying that this transaction is moving, that I have changed brokers.
What was the
And
address?
the buyer agent, this contract is changed.
The address is
Following
when we did the
from
transfer.
Next stage select realty to next stage first realty. And then I put our broker's information here, and then I sent this to the title company as
42
well,
on,
and I had
42
everybody's
on.
signature on it.
Or is it something you could call?
I'll call.
Yeah.
I'll call. But you understand what she was saying as far as the addendum is concerned, correct?
Yeah.
Because if you want to get paid,
So-
do addendum.
And please make sure all your transactions are, Gladys has them in the FMS system as well.
And that's all transactions.
All
Everything that's been in the system, whatnot, would have been being able to transfer over the next stage first.
Right.
So everything y'all been doing so far, if it's paperwork on it, it needs to be loaded up in the FMS
Well, I
system.
could, I would like to sit with her and correct some stuff that's in my back office, wrong names, and seller on the wrong property and stuff like that.
Okay.
You're gonna get together, fight that one out.
Okay, so let's make a deadline to get this car, I want, get these cars ordered. Because this Saturday, who's got cars for this Saturday, other than Gail?
I have cards. We all got cards. I mean, I got cards.
Yeah.
I just, I got cards. I got one with select and first on it. I ordered some on it. What we did, what ordered
From this.
Vista print, and I ordered some.
Oh, and that, I had some
Yard
try our
signs.
new vendor.
Yard signs.
Or your size, you got it, your size, you got one or?
I have one.
One.
But But it says Next Stage Select Realty Group, so it's of no use to me right now. I just needed it.
Sure.
I needed something to display real
Oh,
quick.
so I'm turning off one box again, I'm turning it off this week. So between your cell numbers and the two, 40 office number, those are the two main numbers now.
Okay.
And you guys got the fax number, 391-2001.
Fax number.
Cause I'm
Someone's sitting in the lobby?
Oh, yes. She's waiting for us.
So what's the office fax number?
391-200.
240.
Uh-huh.
Then what is it? 391.
2001.
391. It is
001. And then when the fax comes in, it goes to 5 people, right, Clint?
It should go to the email address. as
Yeah,
well.
so, you get it, I get it, if Angela gets it.
Yeah,
and
I'm
Nina
getting
gets it.
You sent us that email yesterday about accountability.
I did.
You said corporate is doing it, you need to look at doing it here.
Oh, yeah. Y'all see it?
Yes.
What do you think?
Good. It's always good.
And that Next Stage Nation, nextstagenation.com, that website has a lot of good information on there. You guys been on nextstagenation.com?
No.
Yeah, nextstagenation.com. Vince is always putting articles and blogs and different information. So use his information. You don't have to create it. You don't have to, rewrite this stuff. Use it and plug it. Put
And,
your
see,
name on
and
it.
this is something you guys can show people for recruiting too, whatnot. Because people don't understand over Exit as well as with Keller Williams and whatnot. This information you have to pay for to get in the back office to get all this type of material stuff with all the different training that Next Stage offers for you guys off the board, off the top. And it's always being updated all the time. And Vince is always that brother don't sleep. Always putting new stuff out there on how to recruit, how to do different things, how to explain different things, how to break different things down, as well as Dave, the owner and whatnot. Like I said, to get access to a lot of back ends, you're not going to find everything in other real estate company. Period.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night, I think it's Thursday night, Dave Wiles is going to speak. He's going to give an update on the end of Q1. Kind of like a state of the economy type of update. So if you guys want to be part of that, just a phone number call in.
What is that?
I think it's tomorrow night.
You going to send a link out?
It's on the Next Stage Nation. If you go to nextstagenation.com,
I'm here.
and they have it says Thursday night's event, Dave's gonna talk. So like if you guys get your Next Stage emails,
Yeah.
and you guys check them and read them, because if you read your emails, they're sending out these announcements to your Next Stage email about the webinars, the seminars, the classes, the new videos, the new comp. All these things are going to your Next Stage email. So if you check those and stay on top of that, you should have all this information within your.
Can I mention one thing that, and I know that I haven't done this yet, but I thought that there were, like coming on as a new Next Stage agent, that there's like a series of 8 modules that we're supposed to go through that's on the back office.
Yeah.
Should that be included in here so that we could check off when we go through the modules? Because I know they keep track of it in the back office as you complete it as well.
Correct.
But just so that we'll know that it's a part of our whole package. Is
Yeah,
actually
we're-
complete those modules.
But what's going to happen, and we haven't did it with people already on board or whatnot, we are setting up in stages on where you come in. Like you come in first, you receive Gladys or whatnot, get broken down, get your, well, first you sit down and give an introduction between Sid and myself or something along those lines to make sure you're welcome to come on board on next stage. Then from that point, you'll see Gladys and whatnot, where Gladys will start you on the paperwork process.
okay.
And also have you go online to pay your $125 and your fees or whatever, and log in or whatever. Then you do your paperwork from that point.
Okay.
And then from that point, then you go see Mr. Techman over in the corner or whatever. And he's going to break down those sites to you, help you set your account, help you get an Infusionsoft, as well as link you to go to the videos and whatnot to make sure you know that you're supposed to go there and get checked in. That's what will be the proper channels moving forward. Y'all just got grandfathered in the old way of doing it.
Okay.
So are we gonna go through that commission thing, or what are you gonna do?
The conversation, none of you guys watched the video?
I didn't get it.
I watched it.
The one that we did
I just
last
sent you one, but I don't know if that's, it's one that Sid just sent.
Personally, I think it would be worth it for all of us to watch it again, even
You
though
wanna
I've
play
seen
it,
it
Clint?
twice.
You found it here? You got it here? You got it hooked up? You got it on the laptop hooked up?
I got the
On this
opportunity
Next
video.
Stage Nation, you saying sign up for a webinar here?
Tomorrow night, Dave's doing he's doing a breakdown.
And where do we click at on here? Because I'm here, but then we have to.
No, you don't have, not on.
Oh, okay.
You just call
You
it.
remember it?
This is just
Where's the information?
Invest.
To
Investment.
find out, yeah.
You get
Probably
you
under
interested-
events.
Yeah, look under events or something. You got the opportunity or you got the?
Yes, definitely.
Speaking of which, who have been trying to get the box together? You know, I haven't heard anybody talk about box,
Yeah.
which is that business opportunity presentations. No one is talking about putting box together. That'd be a good way to, I think we need to start implementing doing those once a week. I mean, if we all can come down to the decision now, a day of the week, because we'll be here. So, I mean, instead of going to a whole hoorah of conversation with somebody, just bring them to the box, or send them to the box or whatnot. Of course, me and Sid will be here, and that'll be your introduction anyhow.
We said we're gonna do a lunch and learn, wouldn't that be?
But you can't, you want to do them on Wednesday, so it's like we have our meeting and then we do a bot, that's like a 4-hour.
Well, that's the day I'm staying here, so that's.
Wednesdays?
So everybody wants to agree with a Wednesday
Wednesday.
and a box.
Good.
Wednesdays?
And then I guess too, that also gives people an opportunity to meet the team, because
Correct.
most of us are here.
Correct.
on
Okay, so
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays,
Wednesdays from like maybe 1 to 2.
well, our meeting starts at 10.
Right.
10 to 12. Okay, and then we get a little break,
Mm-hmm.
and then they come around 1.
Okay.
From 1 to 2. Don't say.
And there's a, I think it's a flyer in there that we can.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
in the
it
background
is.
Lunch and
It
learn.
is.
On the wide drive, on the
Yes,
wide drive, I
yes.
saved a lot of flyers there too.
So when y'all say the lunch and learn, so y'all saying, see it paying for lunch while people learn, what are y'all saying?
We used to chip in during.
Yeah, that's what we had did at one point,
Yeah, we used to find out.
and we used to get Subway sandwiches. But what I found, with that, people would say they were coming, we would have food for that number of people, and then maybe 1 or 2 people to share.
Well, I don't think we were really promoting it enough.
Yeah,
I
we
know
weren't
Keitha
promoting
and,
it.
and what you call them weren't inviting anybody.
Uh-huh.
And, you know,
So when we say lunch and learn, can we say like light refreshment instead of,
I
you
say
know,
light
something
refreshment, yeah.
heavy like a Subway sandwich? Just have, you know, some water, some, you know, something light for people
That's what I
to
said,
snack
light
on while we
refreshment,
talk,
Yeah.
but not necessarily
And confirm your people, so if they're supposed to come Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
talk to them Monday, talk to them Tuesday, get a hold of them,
What-
and confirm them.
Again, utilize the tools, man. The tools is Infusionsoft. If you invite somebody or whatnot, get with me or Clint or somebody so we can put them in Infusionsoft. And Infusionsoft will remind them about the box.
Okay.
Day before and then.
Okay.
So you ain't got to keep going back in it, you know, quit going
So
old
for
fashioned.
Infusionsoft, you just need their email
Well, you tell them you
address,
can go
right?
to-
Yeah, be old fashioned.
Email address and first name.
Yeah. I mean, if they, because there's a program too, so if you get their cell phone, there's a program, it's a free phone program that by the way too.
that mobile
Then we
phone.
can text them prior to or whatnot. Because we're trying to show them that we're technology savvy as
Right.
well. So, you know, we want to do the old-fashioned way, but you want to be able to show them the new way of doing business as well, from the office perspective. So you got to utilize that.
All right, so you wanna play this video now? I'm getting hungry. And just turn the lights on the back of your head.
Turn the lights on. There's no lights over here. Okay, my package is complete. This I keep, right?
We already did the 30-minute substitution. We got to do a follow-up, right?